Alright, welcome back everybody. Like I said in the last video, figured I'd come out here and do a quick rundown with my main account. I've got, like I said, a little over 6 billion. That's the reason I'm not doing Fleet Carrier. I didn't, when they announced them, I didn't do a whole lot more money making stuff. I kind of held off. Uh, but mainly what I'm going to be doing is going over my ships. Um, this one here is a Diamondback Explorer. I've got set up pretty heavily. As you can see, it could jump 70 light years, give or take a little bit. It's pretty heavily set up. Uh, this Eagle and this Sidewinder, these two are set up. I want to say they're over by where Exegius does a combat thing. You go Sidewinder and then you go to Eagle, and you can only have certain weapons equipped. It's just a fun PvP kind of a thing. As you can see, this Python is my passenger Python. It's in Robigo to do the Robigo mine trip. And this Viper is set up in NEX for Exegius's setup also. This Diamondback Explorer is my bubble bus. I should have looked ahead of time, but it is over by where my buddy was set up. This is what I use to jump around the system because of its jump range. Stored ships. I've got my Imperial Courier, which is what I do a lot of my rep grinding missions with, because it's nice and quick. As you can see about its speeds, it doesn't have a great jump range, but most of your rep grinding things are pretty close together. I've got some weapons on it to be able to hold off and do some combat with it. Point defense turrets, really nothing big there. I do have prismatic shield on it, fuel scoop, basic general items on it, nothing really major. The weapons are engineered. My Asp Explorer, which was my first exploration ship in the game that I geared up just for exploration. I'm kind of surprised it only has a 6-speed fuel scoop. Probably because it's more than enough to top this thing off. I've got this shield generator stripped down to help with my jump range, which is 60, just shy of 60 light years. As you can see, do have a planetary vehicle hangar in it. I've stripped down this stuff. The strip down is your experimental on an engineered item. So I did a lot of stuff to lighten the weight of this ship to give me that kind of jump range. I use this a lot of times if I'm just going out to explore. I just really like the way these ships are. I've got my Imperial Clipper here. Don't really have much on it. I didn't care for it as a mining ship. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. It's just sitting there off to the side. My Alliance Chieftain is, as you can see, set up as a gun platform. The AX multi-cannons. I was going to equip this one up for Thargoid hunting. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's also prismatic shield upgraded, good fuel scoop, frame shift drive booster, uh, so on and so forth. Uh, it's a fun ship to go flying around and beating things up with. Uh, this is my mining Python that's set up for your core mining, and it's a good little ship. Decent jump range. It's set up a little bit different than my other Python mining ship, and this one's a Python for set up more combat. Just for fun and games. It does have a planetary vehicle hangar on it. Not sure how well that's set up. The Chieftain has a bunch of hull reinforcement packages on it, and so on and so forth. Then we got my Crate Mark II with fairly seriously engineered on the weapons, a lot of shields, reinforcements, prismatic shield. I've got a fighter hangar on it, frame shift drive. Like I said in the previous video, there's no fuel scoop on it or anything because I generally just go about 1 or 2 systems over to do high-res combat areas. It's built pretty beefy. That's my main, if I want to go out and dogfight, and that's what I generally use. This Type 9 Heavy I've got here is pure cargo. That's all I use it for, is cargo runs. What cargo runs, I don't remember what I was mainly using it for, but I had something where I was doing a loop. It wasn't a great high profit loop, but it was something to change the pace around. It could run pretty darn good, even though it's a big cargo ship with these 7/8 thrusters that have been engineered. It had prismatic shield, so it was a pretty tough little cargo ship. This is my Jumpaconda. As you can see, I've got pushing 70 light years jump range. It has not been completely engineered yet, and that's the reason that this does not outjump my Diamondback Explorer. There's some more stuff I can do, lightening things up. As you can see, my thrusters aren't stripped down, power plant, a whole bunch of stuff can be changed to give it a better jump range. And then my big mining ship, my cutter, 256 tons of cargo. This is fully set up for mining. I can do some damage if anyone messes with me coming in, because I do have these. I will probably change these out to do the subsurface mining and some other things. Here, the way things are going now. Bunch of shield boosters. As you can see, it's got a lot of durability to it. 256 tons of cargo is all in that one cargo container. This thing does have a lot of limpets when I throw them out there. It's got the 5 frame shift drive. It's also running a prismatic shield. It's got module reinforcement packages, hull reinforcement package. It is built. So as you see, those are the ships I've got. They pretty much do everything I could want. I have not found anything I haven't been able to do with this account yet. 256 tons on cargo. Comes out to just shy, it's 384 million credits per run at 1.5 million value on the low temp diamonds. So it doesn't take long to build up a lot of cash flow on this ship. It's a fun ship to fly. But those are the ships I generally have. Like I said, it's anything I might want to do with the game, I'm able to do with just 10 plus the one I'm in now. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ships. And basically, whatever I'd like to do, I just go to the ship I'm going to use. You could easily get away with 5 ships being able to handle everything I'm doing. You just might have to change some stuff up. 5, 6 ships. If you want to go Thargoid hunting, you might not want to use I want to say the AX is the Thargoid guns. There's some multi cannons and stuff that do more damage against Thargoids. I think the AX is one of them. I'd equip one of those ships, either the Python or that Chieftain, for doing that kind of combat. This is just my Cobra Mark III I was using to run around with my buddy and trying to get him set up. Let's see what we've got here. Experimental, I believe, is where they're at. Yeah. So it's the AX that are better for Thargoids. That's why the Chieftain has a bunch of them on, because I was setting it up to go Thargoid hunting. And then, of course, the Thargoids moved out of the area just after I had the ship set up. So, there you go. You can't win them all. Another thing to look at. This is the engineers I've got set up as of right now, where they're built up. This guy, I just need to bring him 50 bromolite, which wouldn't take me long. You just mine it. If I remember right, I think bromolite's a mineral you can mine. This guy here, he's over in the Colonia. He's in the other bubble. I want to say it's Colonia. It's 20 something thousand light years away. So that's going to take a little bit. This one's unknown. Colonia also. This one's unknown. 50 combat bonds for the feds. That's rep with them. I'll be doing that on the other account. This is the black market guy. Never opened him up. Almost unlocked her. But haven't. This one here is not unlocked yet, but I'm not too far from unlocking that one either. So got most of the stuff unlocked in the bubble. There's just a couple here that are still in the bubble that I don't have unlocked. And as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of If we go over here to the services, this is what I have, patterns I have pinned. Power distribution, high charge capacity power distribution on that one. Engines, I have both dirty drive and drive strengthening pinned. Multi-cannons, I have overcharged weapon pinned. Shield generators, I've got reinforced shields pinned, which give you all this. Pulse lasers, I've got overcharged weapons pinned. You have to be at the engineer to be able to do an experimental effect. But I have overcharged weapons on the pulse lasers. Frame shift drive, I have range selected. And I need to do a bunch of engineering material grinding on this one. Lipid collectors, lightweight, to drop my mass down, help me with jump range. Power plants, overcharged, is pinned. So those are all the pinned blueprints I have set up. And Down to Earth Astronomy has done a real good video about who and which engineer and what pattern to pin from each engineer is the most optimal. I think the guy's got a spreadsheet in his brain and he keeps track of this stuff a heck of a lot better than I can. I generally go to him on these kind of things. This is your basic end game for Elite Dangerous. Engineering your ships up to make them stronger and doing things you want them to do. So that's your general idea of what to do on most of those. One of the engineers, not that one. It's not that. Okay. Professor Palin, engine thrusters and frameshift drives. The biggest issue with him, you have to go 5,000 light years from your start point to unlock him. So I just might do that on my secondary account here pretty soon. And the way I did that is I just went, opened up the galaxy map, zoomed out a pretty good distance. There's your Colonia right there. I said, well, let's see, what can we find that's interesting? And I went out to the Elephant Trunk Nebula area, over in this area here. And pulled up some systems. Let's see, this one here is 2,700 out. From where we're at now, we're pushing 3,000 out from there. So I went, okay, so I need to go out a little bit further. So I just basically faced that area and went back. And back and back. And found a system. Oh, we got a long ways to go still. And I just went backwards from the bubble and kept selecting places, and I targeted that area and flew out there scanning everything in between, and I ended up don't think we can do it here. Yeah, we can. I ended up somewhere over in this area. Found a lot of discoveries and things like that. You could also go and just do something like this. I was looking for something interesting to look at, the nebula, namely. And scroll in. Look at that, 9,000 out. Just go and do something like that. Pick a direction. And you can go that way. Or some people will do, now the way it is, hitch a ride on a fleet carrier going out to Colonia. That's 20,000 light years. It will cover it. So those are my thoughts and what you might want to do. Exploration is a fun little thing. I do that from time to time just to do it. And I'm kind of leaning to doing that again on my secondary account. Going out and taking care of that. Get the distance out. It's a good way to make some money. When I came back, I used the credits from that exploration to unlock the Rubian Mafia, Blue Mafia. You could also use it to boost other reps. I am a Duke in the Empire, a Lieutenant in the Federation. You need Duke rating to be able to get the cutter. Lieutenant in the Federation. Oops, I did not mean to hit that. Like I've said before, this is the quickest way to stop yourself from being launched. It's better than flying out, turning around, and coming back. Alright, shipyard. Yeah, the cutter. Corvette's Rear Admiral. I can, yeah. So I'm up to gunship. All my, yeah, all the other, everything except the cutter is released. And these are the systems that have been opened up. I am able to go to Sol, so I could actually fly to Earth if I wanted to. It's a fun little thing to do. But I've got a lot of rep to grind out some more. Empire I'm not going to do anymore because I've maxed out the reputations on what you... Let's see here. Get this. Let's see if this will give it to me. Okay, yeah, this will give it to us. So you've got your naval rank, the Federal Navy rank. I'm at Lieutenant. Federal Corvette. I've got one more system I could unlock. Then it's the Corvette. The Imperial Cutter's done, and there's nothing past that. So I was more looking at why go any further. So I do need a couple more to be able to get the Corvette on this account. That'll be much later on. I'm not too concerned about it right now. So basically you pick and choose what you want to work on, and it is a pure flight sim. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? You don't generally have a whole lot to fiddle around with. Once your rep and rank gets up to certain points, you can get pretty nice cash flow coming through. But I think I'll go ahead and end this pretty quick on the ship stuff, because that's basically what this video is about, is what ships I run on a regular basis. I do go and buy and swap ships out from time to time because I get bored with them. So, hope this was informative. The ships I've got on this account. I can't think of another ship I need right now. There's some ships that might be interested to fly and fight, but that's all it would be, is just see if I like them. And some of them, it takes some practice to get the hang of them. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment sections. Have a good day. Bye.